This is Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Eric. I'll be taking you through this topic, fractions, and for this lesson, we'll be looking at subtraction of fractions. So we will start by looking at subtraction of proper fractions, and then after that, we'll go to subtraction of fractions and whole numbers, and then we look at subtraction of mixed numbers, and then we'll give you some assignment that is at the end of the lesson to help you with the practice and also to help you check on your understanding of these concepts as discussed through this session. So we have the first example is here as displayed on the screen, which is involving subtraction of fractions, and you are supposed to evaluate 1/2 minus 1/3. So what you are supposed to do, maybe look at two approaches. So the first one is where you are you will find the LCM, LCM of the denominators. So what is the LCM of 2 and 3 here? 6. These numbers are, we normally call them co-prime. There is no common factor, other than 1 between them. So LCM is just the product of the two. So 2 by 3 to give you 6. Then after that, just like we did it when you are doing addition of fractions, what you'll do next is to find out how many times does the denominator go into the LCM, or LCM divided by the denominator, then the result you multiply by the numerator. So 6 here divided by 2 is 3, 3 by 1 is 3. So again, we have 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 2 by 1 is 2. So we are subtracting 2 here. And again, if you take, this is 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is 1 over 6. Now, alternatively, let me call it case 2. This is just an alternative approach. We have 1 over 2, and then we are subtracting 1 over 3. You can use cross multiplication just like we did in addition of fractions. Remember, I said you can definitely check that from our previous videos on addition of fractions. You'll be able to see how that is done. So you start with this diagonal here, and then you do this diagonal, you multiply, and then finally you multiply the denominators. So we have 3 by 1, and then this diagonal here, 2 by 1, and then after that you multiply the denominators, 2 by 3. So that is going to be 3, and then you subtract 2, and then of course now 2 by 3 is 6. So you see we still get 1 out of 6. That is using cross multiplication approach. It's an alternative to just finding the LCM and how we did the previous case. So the same applies to this. You can first of all find the LCM. Let's look at the first approach where you find the LCM of the two. Again, these two denominators here are co-prime, so they don't have any other common factor between them other than 1. So you simply multiply the two to get the LCM. So 4 by 3, the LCM becomes 12. So the LCM here divided by the denominator, the result is multiplied by the numerator. So 12 here divided by 4 is 3, 3 by 3 is 9. Minus 12 here again divided by 3 is 4, 4 by 1 is 4. So you realize the answer here is 5 divided by 12. That is the first alternative of using the LCM. What if we use cross multiplication approach? So let me call it case 2. So we have 3 over 4, and then we are subtracting 1 over 3. So you multiply this diagonal first. Remember, we are always multiplying this diagonal first. So that is 3 by 3. And then you multiply this diagonal here, 4 by 1. And then you remember to multiply the denominators, 4 by 3. So that is going to give us 9 minus 4 over 12. Again, 9 minus 4, that is 5, and then you divide by 12, and that is just the same as the previous answer that we obtained when we used the first method of finding the LCM. So we have this again. We have 5 minus a half. You see, this will just be 4.5. But then we can be able to show our working. How do you arrive at that 4.5? So 1, you can treat this 5 as an improper fraction with a denominator of 1, so that I have 5 over 1, then minus 1 over 2. Then after that, you find the LCM of 1 and 2, which is 2. Again, these are co-prime. There is no any other common factor between them other than 1. So you just multiply the 2 to get the LCM. So 2 here divided by 1 is 2. And then that 2 by 5 is 10. Minus again. So you subtract. So you subtract here. 2 divided by 2 again is 1. And 1 by 1 is 1. So this gives us 9 over 2. So 9 over 2, you want to express. No, now you see this one here again is an improper fraction. So you can never leave your answer in this form. This one can never be accepted as a correct answer in math. So you have to simplify it further. And this is part of what you have looked at before. If you check our previous videos, we have looked at conversion of improper fractions to mixed numbers. So you basically need to add these two repeatedly until when you add further, you get a number that is more than 9. So like you add 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is already 8. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. So if you add another 2, that will be 10. It will be more than this. So it means then you need to add 1 to make it 9. So each of them is divided by 2. Remember, all that is, we say is just breaking down the numerator here into components of the denominator. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, you see. So each of them is divided by 2. So we have 2 divided by 2 is 1. Again, this is 1. Again, this is 1. Again, this is 1 plus 1 over 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 4. So 9 over 2 here is going to be equal to 4. And plus 1 over 2 is just 1 over 2. So 9 over 2 simplifies to 4 and 1/2. Now, case 2 is where we are using the cross multiplication. So we have 5 minus a half. So of course 5 here has to be written as an improper fraction with the denominator of 1. So it's going to be 5 over 1 minus 1 over 2. So cross multiplication, we multiply 5 by 2. We have to start with this diagonal here. Minus 1 by 1 divided by, you have to multiply the denominators again. So 1 by 2. So 5 by 2 is 10. 1 by 1 is 1. And 1 by 2 is 2. So this again giving us 9 over 2, which we have proved that this is supposed to be 4 and 1/2. So that still gives us the same answers as with the previous method of using the LCM. So again, this is the same story here. So we have 3 over 1. We write 3 as an improper fraction with the denominator of 1. And then you subtract 3 over 4. So, so LCM is 4. Remember, these ones are co-prime. So we just multiply the 2. There is no common factor between them. So we just multiply the 2. Common factor, the only common factor that is there is 1. So we can't find another common factor. So we just multiply the 2 to give us the LCM. 1 by 4. The LCM of 1 and 4 is 4. So 4 divided by 1 is 4. And 4 by 3 is 12. Minus 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 by 3 is 3. So this again gives us 9 over 4. So 9 over 4 is an improper fraction. You cannot leave your answer in that form. So you have to break down the numerator into components of the denominator. You keep adding. In simple terms, you keep adding 4 until when you cannot add further, meaning further addition will lead to a number that is more than 9. So for example, I add 4 here, add another 4. If you add another 4, that will be 12, so that will be more. So what you need to add to make it 9 is 1. Each of them, of course, is having the common denominator, which is 4. So that is going to give us 1 plus 1 plus 1 over 4. 1 plus 1 is 2, then 1 over 4. So the answer is 2 and 1/4. So that is the first method. So let's look at an alternative approach using cross multiplication. I'm giving you the two methods so that you decide to use either of the two. So we are having 3 minus 3 over 4, which is equals to 3 over 1 minus 3 over 4. Remember, we are writing this 3 here as an improper fraction with the denominator of 1. All whole numbers can be written as improper fractions with the denominator of 1, all of them. So if it is 3, you can just write it as 3 over 1. Division by 1 doesn't make any difference. So this is going to be so here we're using cross multiplication, where you multiply this 3 and 4 here. So 3 by 4 minus 1 by 3. And then you remember to multiply the denominators, which is 1 and 4. So that is going to be 12 minus 3 over 4, which is again 9 over 4. And we had proved that this 9 over 4 is 2 and 1/4. So we have number 5 here. So number 5 here, what you're going to do is you subtract the whole numbers, and then you also subtract the fractions, and then you add the two. So that is the first alternative. Remember, we have two. I'll give you two methods. That is using the LCM here and then cross multiplication. So we subtract the whole numbers first, then we subtract the fractions, and then we add the two results. So whole numbers, we have 7 and 3. You add to the difference between fractions, which is 1 over 2 and 1 over 3. So 7 minus 3 is 4. And then we are adding, here the LCM is 6. Again, the two numbers are co-prime. So it's just a matter of multiplying the two to get the LCM. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 by 1 is 3 minus 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 by 1 is 2. So you can see now we have 4 plus 1 over 6. So 4 plus 1 over 6 is just 4 and 1 over 6. See that? So that is case 1. Case 2 is where I'm now going to use cross multiplication. So cross multiplication in this case will mean that you change the numbers first to improper fractions. And how to change numbers from mixed numbers to improper fractions is part of what we have discussed in our previous videos. You can check and see how that is done. But in a nutshell, what you do is to take the denominator, multiply by the whole number part, and add the numerator. So 2 by 7 is 14 plus 1 is 15. So we have 7 1/2 minus 3 1/3. So what we have is 15 over 2. Again, 3 by 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10, so 10 over 3. So we're going to use cross multiplication. So 3 by 15. Remember, we all the time you have to start with this diagonal here. Minus 2 by 10. And then you multiply the denominators, 2 by 3. So that is going to be 45. You subtract 20, and then you divide by 6. So 45 minus 20 is 25 over 6. And of course, this is going to be 4 and 1 over 6, the same as in the previous case. Now we have number 6 here. You can see now this is a whole number and the other one is a mixed number. So 1, you can just subtract 2 and then you subtract 2 over 3. So you have 3 minus 2 and then you subtract 2 over 3. What I mean is you subtract, remember we are supposed to subtract 2 and 2 over 3. So you can subtract it twice. You subtract 3 and then again you subtract 2 over 3. So if you subtract 2 from 3, you have 1 and then minus 2 over 3. See? So 1 here is going to be 1 over 1 minus 2 over 3. So again, you look for the LCM, which is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 3 divided by 3 here is 1. 1 by 2 is 2. So 3 we divided by 1 to give us 3, and 3 by 3 is what is 3. Then 3 here divided by 3 is 1. 1 by 2 is 2. You can see the answer here is 1 over 3. What we did here, if I may repeat, is that we are supposed to subtract 2 and 2 thirds, but I've subtracted 2 first. Then the answer is subtract 2 over 3. Case 2 is where we convert this to improper fraction. You can convert this to improper fraction. So we have 3 minus 2 and 2 thirds. So 3 over 1, then this is going to be 8 over 3. So again, you can decide to use the LCM or cross multiply. So 3 by 3 minus 8 by 1 over 1 by 3. So that is going to be 9 minus 8 over 3, which is going to be 1 over 3. So basically, that's how you go about it. That is how we do subtractions of fractions. You can attempt questions displayed on the screen. You can always be sending feedback on the comment section. We look at them and then we'll be able to give feedback accordingly. That marks the end. Bye.